Hi, hearty welcome to you. Welcome back. In this session, we will go through briefly about hyperbolic functions. Hyperbolic functions are actually analogous or similar to trigonometric functions. We know that trigonometric functions are they generally use the trigonometric functions, six of them. What we use generally: sine, cos, tan, cosecant, secant, and cot. So if we have sine, cos, tan in trigonometric functions, in the hyperbolic functions we have sine h, cos h, tan h. We have sine h, cos h, and tan h. Similarly, all six of them. Okay. Now, hyperbolic functions are we know that we know that trigonometric functions are also called as circular functions. They are called as circular functions because if you take a circle, oops, let us say this is the circle and this is the center of the circle. Any point on the circle can be given by a cos theta, comma a sin theta. If we know the inclination theta, it's making the line, the ray joining the from origin to the point is making with the positive direction of x-axis. So the equation of that circle is x square plus y square equal to a square. Similarly, if we take an hyperbola with the equation x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1, then a cos h theta, comma b sin h theta will give you any point on half of the hyperbola. You know how the hyperbola looks. If you take this as x and y axis, hyperbola will be something like this. Two of them. So any point on this hyperbola, suppose let us say this is the point, can be given by a cos h theta minus b sin h theta, where theta is the hyperbolic angle. Theta is the hyperbolic angle which is given by twice the area formed between the x-axis, the curve, and the ray. So if you know that this area equal to theta by 2, then theta is the angle and this distance is cos h theta and this distance is sin h theta. We will not go more into the details of that. So we know that if I know trigonometric functions, then it is easy to go ahead with hyperbolic functions because they are similar to the trigonometric functions. Actually, it's an extension of trigonometry to hyperbola. If you remember, we started trigonometry with right angle triangle and then we have extended it to circle. We said that any circle, any point, you can make a right angle triangle. Similarly, hyperbola also, you can make a right angle triangle. So we'll go ahead with the definition of cos h theta and sin h theta, which will satisfy to find out a generic point on an hyperbolic hyperbola with the equation x square by a square minus y square by b square equal to 1. So let's go ahead. So cos h theta or hyperbolic cos h theta is defined as e power theta plus e power minus theta by 2. Similarly, sin h theta is defined as e power theta minus e power minus theta by 2. Once you know this, you can get the remaining all, but I will do it. Tan hyperbolic of tan or tan h theta equal to sin by cos, that is e power theta minus e power minus theta by e power theta plus e power minus theta. Similarly, opposite of cos is secant. Secant hyperbole theta is nothing but 2 by e power theta plus e power minus theta. Not only that, cosecant of the hyperbolic of cosecant is nothing but 2 by e power theta minus e power minus theta, and hyperbolic of cot is nothing but 1 by tan, that is e power theta plus e power minus theta by e power theta minus e power minus theta, where e is irrational number with a value approximately 2.718, and it's defined by e is equal to sigma of n equal to 0 to infinity 1 by n factorial, or it's nothing but equal to 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial goes on, and its value is nothing but, we will take it as 2.718. So that's about briefly about the hyperbolic cos and hyperbolic sine. Now let us see how, let us compare circular functions and hyperbolic functions and see how they behave. So if we take in circular function or trigonometric functions, we know that cos is even function. What's the meaning of that? The meaning is cos of minus theta equal to cos theta. Let us check whether cos of hyperbolic theta is an even function or not. We know that cos of hyperbolic theta is nothing but e power theta plus e power minus theta by 2. If you apply cos hyperbolic of minus theta, this will make it e power minus theta plus e power minus of minus theta by 2. That's nothing but equal to cos h theta. So cos of hyperbolic theta is an even function. And we also know that sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta, which is nothing but the definition of odd function. Let us look at sine hyperbolic theta and see whether it is an odd function or not. We know that hyperbolic sine is nothing but equal to e power theta minus e power minus theta by 2. If I go for hyperbolic sine of minus theta, this becomes e power minus theta minus of e power minus minus theta by 2. That's nothing but equal to minus of sine hyperbolic theta. So we know that cos sin h theta is a odd function, and once we know sin h theta is odd function, we also know that tan h theta, secant h theta, cot h theta, this is cosecant actually, cosecant h theta, cot h theta are also uh, odd functions, and cos h theta and secant h theta are even functions. Similarly here, cos theta comma secant theta are even functions. Sin theta, tan theta, cot theta, cosecant theta are odd functions. Now we know some of the identities in trigonometric functions. We know the important identities like cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to 1. Similarly, we know that secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. We also know that cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. Let us see what are the identities with respect to hyperbolic functions. If we look at cos h theta, it's nothing but equal to cos h theta is nothing but e power theta plus e power minus theta by 2, and sin h theta is nothing but e power theta minus e power minus theta by 2. If I do cos h square theta minus sin h square theta, that's nothing but equal to e power theta plus e power minus theta by 2 whole square minus e power theta minus e power minus theta by 2 whole square. This is nothing but of the format a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square, which is nothing but equal to 4ab. So I can substitute that directly and say that's nothing but equal to 1 by 4, because 2 square is 4, I will take it, 4 into a into b A is e power theta and b is e power minus theta, which will become 1, which is nothing but equal to 1. So this is the first identity in hyperbolic functions. Cos h square theta minus sin h square theta equal to 1. Now once you get that, if you divide it by cos h square theta, you will get 1 minus tan h square theta equal to 1 minus tan h square theta is equal to secant h square theta, and if you divide it by sin h square theta, where theta is not equal to 0, you will get, if I divide by sin h square theta, I will have cot h square theta minus 1 is equal to cosecant h square theta. So these are the three important identities. So what we have done is just we tried to compare with trigonometric functions or circular functions. We know that cos is even and remaining all are odd. We also observe that in hyperbolic also cos and secant are even, remaining all functions are odd functions. This is cosecant hyperbolic theta. Also, we know the identities in trigonometric functions: cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to 1, secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1, and cosecant square theta minus cot square theta equal to 1. We have observed that in the hyperbolic functions, cos h square theta minus sin h square theta equal to 1. If I divide it by cos h square theta and sin h square theta respectively, I will get two more identities. So that's briefly about hyperbolic functions. In the next video, we will look at the domain, range and graphs of hyperbolic functions, especially sine, cos and tan in the immediate session. Thanks for visiting. Bye for now.